Ligia St. Anne, welcome to In My Shell.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yes, I know that it's been a few years, so we have a lot to catch up on.
Yes.
And I understand that you are running an event planning business and like a banner company.
Yeah.
What else do we need to add to your introduction?
Nothing really. I mean, all of that plus like I do like custom gifts, like little mini closets for like baby showers, and I make custom gifts for my friends when I go to their stuff. So
very sweet. Yeah. Okay, so Justina Belle is the name of your business. Yes. All right. So what inspired you to start it?
Oh, okay. So like in 2020, when everything kind of went to, down the gutter with COVID, sitting at home really wasn't my thing. Like, I have ADHD, I have OCD, so, like, being in one place is going to make me hyperfixate on everything. But after we got out of quarantine and I finally got back to school, I realized that, like, everybody wanted to do something. Like, everybody wanted to throw a party, wanted to have a barbecue, wanted to throw the baby showers they couldn't have in the past, stuff like that. And no one knew where to start because businesses had gone out of business, like there wasn't really anywhere to get things. Like Party City's gone now, so Amazon was your only friend. So once that happened, I was like, I can help with that. And everyone was still stressed with school and getting back into real life. So I was like, you know what, you handle you, I'm gonna handle the party. After that, it kind of just sprouted from there because I really fell in love with it. I really wanted to keep doing this, and then I started doing it for friends and family, and slowly but surely I started getting people that I've never have known that wanted my help. And then I took a deep dive into TikTok, started realizing there are so many other things that I could do with this, and that's where I started doing my painted banners, and those have been like the spotlight of my business so far.
Okay, yeah, you said a lot of really interesting things, but one of the things that I really love is that during a really hard time, you found your inner artist and you channeled that and wanted to give good to people and inspire people. Yeah. And that's really amazing. Yeah. Okay. So these banners, I remember them becoming popular, honestly, right after COVID. I mean, literally for like any event, you name it. Yeah. Okay. What has been your favorite one so far?
Honestly, I have two favorites right now. Okay. I've always done them for baby showers. And I actually just did one for one of my best friends yesterday. And I loved hers. I do love the baby shower ones, but my favorite right now has to be my cousin's engagement party. She just got engaged Saturday.
Wow.
And she did not know anything about it. So my other cousin, her sister, happened to text me and like let me know about the party, and she asked me to do a banner. It was simple, but like just what they needed. Yeah. So we put it up in the tent in the backyard, and it just made everything look cohesive. And I just love that I was able to do something for her for that party, for such a big moment in her life. Yeah. That's probably my favorite right now. Second favorite would probably have to be my other little cousin. She just had her Sweet 16, and she did like a Hawaiian theme, and that one was probably the most colorful banner that I've done so far. Okay. So that one was fun too.
Yeah, I think that's really fun about doing something that you love and being able to contribute to someone else's special moment. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and from what I have seen of these banners, I need to know a little bit more detail because it seems like typically everyone uses a brown paper. What tools, materials are you using?
Yeah, so I actually started off with I was broke. So the Walmart brown paper that like people use to like wrap their books in school and stuff like that. Yeah. Normally what you use is what's called X paper. It's a construction paper actually. Like builders use it to like keep paint from going on the ground, wood shavings and stuff like that. So that one's thicker. It helps. It doesn't bend as much. It doesn't crease as much. And it's just more durable. Okay. So like for outside events and stuff like that, it really helps with that. And surprisingly, most banner artists don't use normal paintbrushes. We use makeup brushes. Oh. They hold more paint and they have more like crisp lines. So all of my makeup brushes that I buy are not for me. They're for my banners.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I would have never known that.
Yeah, it's really like a trick of the trade, I guess. Like if you're a banner artist, you know not to use like paintbrushes. But I mean, some paintbrushes are really good. Like some of them are very helpful with like straight lines and stuff like that and like little details. But if you are like trying to fill in lettering or big pictures, you're going to want to use a makeup brush.
Right.
Yeah. And then just like normal acrylic paint. The two like big brands that all the makeup artists, banner artists use are Deco Art and Folk Art. I find that like certain colors you have to use like the Walmart brand or like Apple Barrel. But overall it's Folk Art and Deco Art. They have really good coverage and they're really opaque.
Okay. Super interesting. I'm still stuck on the makeup brushes because I'm like, wow, that's so interesting.
You would have never thought, especially like if you see videos of people making content, like you're not paying attention to the brush they're using. You're just gonna assume that if they're making art, they're doing it with paintbrushes.
Right.
They're really not.
Yeah.
I use like Eco Tools makeup brushes, Walmart brand makeup brushes. Dollar Tree has really good makeup brushes. I have like a billion of them.
Yeah.
And just like old makeup brushes that like I stopped using and got like new ones or something. Mm-hmm. Those have been, and Amazon has really good makeup brushes for like 97 cents.
Right.
So those are, I love my makeup brushes.
Yeah. So I know that you have a packed schedule. You're a young entrepreneur. You're graduating college this year. You're doing these banners. Obviously, when you first start something, there's a lot of obstacles, hoops that you have to go through. Yeah. When you started making these banners, how did you decide how much to charge?
So actually, when I started, I kind of just came up with a price. Like I just like, I did kind of think of it in like, since I am a finance major with a minor in marketing, I did kind of think of it in that kind of aspect. Like, okay, so I spent about $10 on paint. I spent about $10 on the paper, and like I already had the brushes, all that stuff, and it really was just my time. So at the beginning, I didn't charge for size or anything. I just said $45. Like that's what it is. Everybody got that price from me. No discounts, nothing. Because I was like, hey, I'm broke.
Yeah.
But as time went on and I was able to do more research, I was able to, hone my craft a little bit more. That's when I started doing more research, realizing that all these other banner artists were charging like way more than me. And so I ended up moving my prices up by size. So like my smallest size, and I do have other sizes that aren't on my website. I just have like the basic 3 that everybody tends to get. So I have my 4 foot. My 4 foot is 70. And I have my 5 foot. My 5 foot is 75. And then I have my 6 foot, and my 6 foot's 80.
Okay.
And then like little things can add on to it. Like if you want a character and it's like super hard, and I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time on it, it's just a $5 upcharge. And then like if you want something metallic or like glitter or something, $5 upcharge. And then I have these little eyelets that I can put on the edge of the banners so that you can hang them up if you are outside or something like that with string, and $5 upcharge.
Yeah.
Nothing big, just stuff that takes more time for me to go out and get the supplies for and actually have to sit down for 2 hours and get it done.
Yeah, I think that's important for any entrepreneur to hear, because I think in the beginning when you're starting something, you can feel so insecure to say, hey, like this is my time. My time is valuable. Even though I'm producing work for you, that $5 upcharge is necessary.
I think a lot of people undercharge because they're scared that, and I felt it too, like I didn't want to change my prices because I was scared if I changed my price, and it does end up looking like a lot. In my brain, $70 is a lot. 75, 80, that's all a good chunk, like I don't want to spend that on a piece of paper.
Right.
But I've noticed that the scaredness, the hesitancy is all because you don't want to upcharge people and then lose a customer. But in the long run, I feel like if you lose that customer wasn't meant for you. If that customer decides to leave and go find it somewhere else, cool, fine. Someone's going to come right behind them and buy it for more. And I had to learn that, and it scared me. And there were many nights where I was crying and being like, I'm never going to get where I want to be. I'm never going to get the orders. No one's going to appreciate my time and my effort and pay me. Mm-hmm. But the more marketing you do, the more you expand, the more you add the things that you don't think you need.
Right.
The more people you get, the more money you get, the more you feel better about your business, the more it grows.
Right. And I do love that element that you added, that if a customer decides to leave, they're not meant for you. I wholeheartedly believe that too, just because it means you're not values aligned, and they can go find what they're looking for, and you can find the people who are meant for you.
Yeah, and everybody has the certain styles. Everyone has certain things that they're good at. Each banner artist is known for different things. Like I know I'm a part of what's called Banner Talk.
Yes.
I have a girl on there. The two like co-hosts are Ayana and Cora. Okay. Cora's really good at doing the fun stuff, like characters and, you know, colors. Ayana's really good at doing like blackout banners where she paints like the whole banner, nothing is brown at all.
Wow.
Or like some really detailed things, like she'll paint cars and like Mustangs and stuff like that. And she's really good at doing glitter as well. But yeah, everyone has their own little niche. Mm-hmm. And mine is the stuff that's colorful lettering, symbols, stuff like that. I have done characters in the past and they take up so much of my time.
Yeah.
But I love it either way. And if that's not what you want, then I'm just not the banner artist for you. And I can point you to another banner artist who is good at that. Because I think the one good thing about the banner community is no one is afraid to turn down a customer and just be like, hey, I can't do this for you. I can't fulfill what you want, but I know someone who can. There's no like competition or jealousy. We all just want everybody to love what they get, which I think is fun.
Yeah, and that's the goal at the end of the day, because if you're just in it purely for money, I think you're not going to be happy and your customer's not going to be happy.
It's too creative of a brand, a niche, to be in it just for the money. Like, you have to love what you're doing. You have to be the artist and be creative, because a lot of people don't know what they want, and you have to be able to point them in their creative direction. And it's not the business to be in if you're just in it because you want to make $80.
Right.
Like, this is not the type of thing where you can just do it in 5 minutes and be done. Like, this takes hours. It takes days if you have a schedule behind that. Like, it's a lot.
Okay, let's talk about that. You said people don't really know what they want, or you have to figure out what they want.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of sales. As you know, we worked at David's Bible together.
Yes.
So we're always pointing people in the right direction. How do you figure out what someone wants at the end of the day?
It can be complicated depending on the person. There are indecisive people are probably the worst people. And I'm indecisive myself, so I get it. But like, when you want a banner, like, I need at least a theme or something. And I can make plenty of mock-ups saying like different things, different themes, different sayings for the theme, and different colors and different symbols, different pictures, stuff like that. But in the overall scheme of things, if you're not going to give me like something that you want, like just one thing that you want in that banner, it's going to be really hard for me to try to figure out what you want, because I can make a million mock-ups and you can say no to everyone. So, and I've kind of learned that recently that it can be like back and forth, which is fine. It's just after a certain amount of mock-ups that you make, it kind of gets a little hard to figure out, you know, what do they want? Like, did they like this aspect of it? Did they like that aspect of it? Did they like this color or that color? If you're not really getting answers from them, it can be kind of hard. But overall, you just kind of figure out, like, what's your theme? What's your color palette? Is it, what party is it? What's it for? Is it a birthday party? Is it, how old is the kid? Is it for an adult? Like, Is it an engagement party? If you find like the basic stuff, you can kind of just piece different ideas together to give them. And eventually they'll be like, I like this aspect or I like that aspect. Or some people are just like, they get the first mock up and they're like, that's it. That's good. That's what I want. And some people are really hard. Some people are really easy. It really just depends on the person and the party.
Mm-hmm. Are you having them fill out like a questionnaire, or do you do a phone call with them?
I do a consultation.
Okay.
So on my website and on all of my social media, I have a little link for a consultation. They just make a little appointment in my Google Meets. Beautiful. And once we do a little consultation, you know, we figure out like all the little things, all the color schemes, the themes, all of that. Once that's done, I'll start making up mock-ups, and they'll get all those through their email or a shared drive or something like that. Mm-hmm. And once they pick one, that's when I can start sketching it out and figuring out, like, they get their price ranges in their consultation too. Mm-hmm. And we'll get it all started, get it all done.
Yeah. And earlier you had mentioned banner talk. Obviously, I think does that coincide with TikTok? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so it's on TikTok.
Okay.
They just like it's just a page that is banner talk.
Like you all run it together.
No, they run it, but we're just all kind of everyone that I know of in the banner talk, we kind of just all like happened upon it. Okay. And now we're just like constantly on live, whether it's on their live or us in the live kind of thing, just painting on live. Just doing the banners that we have, talking about banners, talking about businesses, talking about just everyday life. Mm-hmm. And if I need help, like if I have a mock-up and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it, I'll send it to them and they'll let me know what they think, what I should change, what, you know, they like, stuff like that. I actually did that for a fairly recent banner, for an Easter banner. My friend actually wanted like a combination of Easter and crawfish boil, and it was also for her sweets business, her bakery business. So it was like, that is a lot in one banner. And they're like, ChatGPT it. And I was like, no, I don't really want to. Like, I'll ChatGPT characters, like, and get like certain characters out of it. So she got like a little Easter bunny or like a crawfish with the Easter like headband. Yeah. And just like a bunch of crawfish sides and stuff. But I sent it to them and I was like, hey, what do we think? Because I'm iffy about it. And they're like, maybe change this color a little bit. Maybe change that color a little bit. I don't like the placement of where that is. Maybe switch those two. And in the end, it was like absolutely perfect. And she adored it. I adored it. It was probably one of the funnest banners I've ever done, honestly.
Wow. Okay, so that community obviously seems very key and very important in what you do. And I feel like, especially as like a young entrepreneur, if you don't have that, I think it can make things a little bit difficult. Like you can feel lonely, like you're on this journey
100%.
by yourself.
Yeah.
But also it's the fact that you guys are all in the same business. So you already have that in common.
Yeah.
How is social media like important in everything that you do?
Honestly, in this day and age, social media really is one of the only ways to market. Like TikTok is heavy. You like need a TikTok if you own a business. There is no other way to reach as many people as you can. Instagram's also really heavy. Like that is the place where you get to post like all of your pictures, your branding, all of that stuff. TikTok is the fun aspect of marketing. Yeah. To be able to, you know, get your name out there, and a 60-second video is going to make someone go, oh, that's really cool. Let me look more into their page. Then they go into your Instagram. Then they see your Instagram's connected to your Facebook. Then they go into your Facebook. Then they can see your website. Then they can see everything you sell, everything that all your price ranges, all the little things that you have on your website, all the pictures, galleries, all of that. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, social media in general is going to be the thing that gets you to where you need to be. It's that marketing piece, especially now in 2026, where there is nothing but upcharges everywhere and fees to be able to market. Social media is the free aspect that you can get your word out as far as you can get locally and get people to your website, get views, get traffic. to be able to get your business booming the way you need it to.
Mm-hmm.
I find that TikTok's probably the best one for me.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Instagram's kind of like, people see it.
Yeah.
People look at it, they like it, they move on with their life. TikTok, if they see you doing a little fun video, they're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Or, oh my God, her banner is so cute in the background. I'm going to look at her page. On Instagram, they just scroll past. On Facebook, anybody goes on Facebook anymore. They just scroll past if they do. And I feel like TikTok, especially because like TikTok's not just for kids anymore. Like that's where it started, was for like high schoolers, and then it boomed into like college, and then college boomed into adults.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like everybody looks at it. That's how my parents found me when they figured out about my business. they figured it out through my TikTok.
Oh my
Most
gosh.
of my family did it that way. Actually,
That's
they figured it out through my TikTok.
Wait, that's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I don't think they realized like how serious I was when I said I was running a business until they found my TikTok and they were like, oh wait, she has a lot of views. And the thing is, you can get 1 million views and still have like 2 followers.
Yep.
So like my views are really high. My followers, I haven't made it to 1,000 yet. Mm-hmm. So it can feel kind of defeating, honestly, if you like let social media run you too much. And I am a doom scroller, so
same.
I will sit in bed all day if I can, if I'm off.
Yeah.
And doom scroll if I need to. But looking at that number can be really defeating, to like see all the work you put into the business and see all the work you put into the TikToks and posting them in like a perfect rhythm every day or every week, and just seeing your numbers not grow on your follower list. It can be like, dang, what am I doing this for? But then on the opposite side of that, you see everybody following you randomly and you're like, oh wait, hold on. Maybe I did something right. Maybe I need to follow that algorithm.
Yeah. Okay, that's super interesting. I didn't know Banner Talk existed, honestly. But
I didn't until like probably 2 months ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just happened upon a live and I was like, wait, these are all people painting banners like me.
Yeah.
And it's honestly the only thing that I really listen to while painting my banners is if they're on live, I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
If they're not, I'm listening to music or watching a random TV show that I won't pay attention to because I'm too focused on my banner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know earlier you had mentioned your family. That's how they found you on TikTok. Just moment of truth here for me. When I first started my podcast, like I didn't really know what I was doing. When you first start something, you never really know what you're doing.
No, you're lost in the wind.
You're so lost. And now I'm starting to see the vision, but still, I'm new at it, you know? And obviously, in the first couple of months, I really cared about what my family and friends thought. I was seeking their approval. I was wanting to just make sure that I was in the right, going in the right direction and on the right path according to them.
That you weren't crazy.
That I wasn't crazy. But obviously there were times when I didn't get great feedback and I did receive constructive criticism that was very hurtful. How do you deal with all of that as a young entrepreneur?
It can be so complicated. I depend on my parents so much and I value my family so much that their opinion means everything to me. So when I first started, I didn't tell them anything. I didn't want them to know until my business was booming and I was secure in the fact that I'm an entrepreneur. I own this business. It's good. It's growing. I have money from it. I didn't want to tell them anything. Then they found me and they were like, what you doing? And I was like, that's my business. And they were like, what you do in it? And I was like, it's a party planning business. And she was like, my mom specifically was like, are you sure that's what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, I think this is really good for me. And she was really excited. She was like, well, give me your business cards. Like, hand them over. And I was like, well, I have an online one and I have paper ones. Which one do you want? She was like, both, all of them, everything. You know, she keeps them on her desk at work. She has some at home. She tells everybody, like, she has a business. Do you need a party? She's got it. Like, she could do it. My dad just got my business card and he just followed me on TikTok. And he didn't really like understand how far I was going with it until he went to my cousin's party and he saw everything and he was like, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And my aunt was like, "Ligia did all of this." And he was like, "Oh, that's so cool, Ligia." And I was like, "Thanks." My other family members, I don't think they even realized like what I was doing until like they needed me, if that makes sense. Like,
Right.
my cousin actually, he had a baby, and for his first birthday, he asked me to help him. So that's when everyone in my family actually saw what I do with my business. And they're like, "Oh my God, wait, give me your business card. Wait, I might need you for this stuff. Wait, you need to sell that." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I do." And until recently, I haven't seen it like actually flourish. Having my cousin actually reach out to me and pay for a banner was really special to me because I genuinely did not think that anybody in my family really noticed it. But getting the approval for them was probably one of the best feelings in the world, to know that they actually see me and know that I actually do something that they're proud of. It's nice. It's good. I don't think I could do it if I didn't have the support of my family. If I did, I'd be one strong woman because I value it too much. I value their opinions way too much to be able to not have them next to me while doing these things.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm slowly learning though that even though like we love family so much,
it can only go to a certain extent. Yeah.
Which like I hate to say, like that's hard to say out loud. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. There are just some things that your family will never approve of and won't support you in, that you have to realize is, if it's something that you really want, then it kind of has to be I respect you, but this is my life and I'm going to do it despite what you're saying, but I still love you. And hopefully you still support me. And if not, oh well.
Yeah. I am curious because earlier you said you did a birthday party. I think it was your cousin, and your dad was like, "Oh, where did this come from? Where did that come from?" Let's talk about that. If someone has a small budget, what is like one thing that really enhances the party?
Honestly, a banner. But other than that, Amazon, it really is your best friend. Mm-hmm. The parties that I've done that are small budgets Amazon tends to be my go-to. Now, a lot of people think Amazon's tacky. Amazon is cheap. It looks cheap. It can, but there are certain things that you can tweak to make it look better. Like the plastic tablecloths. Tablecloths make all of the difference. Having a tablecloth on a table instead of it just being a fold-out table.
Right.
It makes it look cohesive. It makes it look higher class, I guess. Mm-hmm. Taping it down makes it look fitted. Layering your tablecloths, not just one tablecloth, doing two on top of each other, keeps it from looking like it's see-through. So that's helpful. Also, centerpieces. I love centerpieces. Doing any type of centerpiece makes the table look, it's like it's supposed to be there. And putting it to your theme, I like florals. I will always make sure I have florals and plants in my centerpieces, but I feel like that elevates the party. Some people think it's unnecessary, especially if it's a kid's party, but there are certain centerpieces you can make for a kid's party that keep the kids interacted and also make the adults go, "Oh my God, wait, that's so cute." Yeah. So like, for example, my friend Stephanie asked me to do her son's birthday party, and I've done them every year up until he passed away. And his second birthday was a dinosaur themed party. So it was Walker's Roaring second birthday. And the centerpieces that I did were little terrariums that had tiny little plastic dinosaurs in them with a bunch of moss and grass and then just a bunch of leaves and everything. Every kid wanted the dinosaur in there. Of course, I had dinosaurs on the side to be like, here's your dinosaur. Please don't touch the centerpiece.
Yeah.
Because I worked so hard on them. But I did let them take them home because it was so cute. And every little kid is like, oh my God, wait, there's a dinosaur in there. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a little pterodactyl. I want the pterodactyl. And like looking into it to be interacted. Yeah. Meanwhile, the parents are like, oh my God, wait. That is so cute. Oh my God, who did that? Me. I did that.
Yeah.
And I like to be at my parties if I can.
Of course.
To be able to market and like give people my cards. If I'm not able to be there, like I'm pretty sure that specific birthday, my nephew was being born. So, you know, they were in the hospital and I tried to wait it out as long as I could. I set up the whole party. I did everything that I could. And then when I got the call that he was being born, I was like, okay, I love you. And thank you so much for having me. And I hope you enjoy everything. Here are my cards. Hand them out if they ask. I have to go back to Metairie. My nephew's being born. Yeah. And the year after that, their birthday parties were on the same day. So
wild.
Yeah. And so I went early in the morning and set up Walker's and got his done and then went straight back to Kenner. Mind you, Walker's and her family is in Pierre Part, which is about an hour away from Thibodaux.
Okay.
So from Metairie, that is like a 2-hour drive.
Okay.
So setting up a whole party in a whole different city and then coming all the way back to Metairie and driving to Kenner and getting a whole nother party set up was really fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Overbooking myself is a constant thing for me.
5 stars over here too. 5 stars. I really love that attention to detail. Because I feel like some people just don't have the eye for that or they can't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Not because they don't have that skill, but because they just like don't recognize that yet. And it takes a long time to work up to that. When people see your work, like what do you want them to recognize? Or like what about you and your business do you want to stand out?
I want them to notice the attention to the small details. I want them to notice that I will work down to the bone until every little detail is absolutely perfect. Like I will be setting up till people show up if I have to make sure that everything is secure, everything is perfect, all the little details are on there. I want that to be the reason that they remember me. Like the party looks great, the party looks good, the banner looks great, but she took her time and made sure that every little thing was perfect here before she left. I want that to be like nothing. She's not going to leave without making sure that we have the best party that we could possibly have. Mm-hmm. That is the whole reason that I started this business. Like for people to realize that like you can be a stressed mom and forget little things because you're stressed out about this whole party that you had to plan your whole self and set up all by yourself because it's your kid, you know? Or you can have me and enjoy your party. Enjoy everything about it. Spend time with your kid. Take in all the little moments that you are never going to have again at that birthday party. I'm the one stressing about it. I got it. I'll make sure every little detail is up. I'll make sure, you know, we'll have a consultation beforehand. We'll figure out where you want things. We'll figure out how you want it to look. And when it comes to day of, don't worry about a single thing. I got it. I find that like throughout the years, I have had to learn to live in the moment. And I want that for other people. Like I want people to be able to be where they are and actually be able to sit there and enjoy it and have those memories. Because I regret the times that I don't have those memories, that I didn't sit there and live in the moment. I want to be the person to help you do that. Like I can stress, I can worry, I can have everything done. And by the time you turn around, it's all there. You didn't have to do a single thing. That's what I want you to remember. That's what I want my business to be known by. No stress, just enjoyment.
I love that. That is so beautiful.
I had to learn a lot through the past couple of years since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
My cousin passed away, which we were around each other at that time.
Yeah.
It was really hard for my family, and we kind of forgot that to live in the moment, and we were so stuck in our grief that normal feeling of like, I need to live my life because that happened. and time is short and you never know how much time you have left. We kind of all forgot that because of how sad we were. As time's gone on and I've done the work, I've done the healing, I've been able to be like, I need to live in the moment because you don't know how much time you have left. You don't know how much you're going to want to remember these things whenever you're gone or when someone else is gone. So I've been trying really hard to do that. And being in this business is really helpful for it, actually, because I'm able to not only help other people live in that, I get to live in that because I get to see your party go off without a hitch because of me. But I get to see you enjoying that moment, living that life. And every couple of seconds I'll do it where like I'll be setting up something and then I'll look around and I'm like, she's having so much fun. That's so exciting for her. I'm so happy that she was able to enjoy the party the way that she was because I'm here, kind of thing. It's a growth thing for my business and for me. And I want other people to experience what I got to experience.
Mm-hmm. You know, Ligia, I will tell you, my mom, not that many people know, but enough people that need to know, my mom's in hospice right now. And what you said about your cousin, you know, and healing, what I'm realizing in my life is everyone experiences tragedy at some point in their life. They don't know what it's going to be, but it's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to sound morbid or like blunt, but that is just the deck of cards that everyone is dealt with.
Yeah.
And that makes us stronger and it prepares us for something that we have no idea. And I think in your case, you've figured out what that is, and that's wanting people to be present. So I'm just glad that you're on this path of helping people see joy in their life.
I'm so sorry to hear about that, by the way.
Yeah.
I think going through what I went through prepared me for other situations. My godfather passed away not too long ago, about 2 years ago now, and he had to go home on hospice. And it was a struggle to, you know, prepare yourself for the worst and also be present.
Yeah.
And that was a whole nother lesson that I had to learn to like not treat him like he was, you know, 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
But also prepare myself for when he is gone.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. As long like it's weird that, you know, you can go through one of the most traumatic things in your life and then a couple years later go through something equally as traumatic but totally different. And then you don't know how you're supposed to approach it. You know that like you're going to be fine and you're going to heal from it and it's going to hurt, but you don't know how to approach it anymore because it's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
Grief is weird. Trauma is weird.
Yeah.
Trauma is so out of the blue. And that's why they call it trauma.
Yeah.
It's so out of the blue that it's traumatic. You never expect it, obviously. And trauma it shows up in different ways. To someone else, it could be small. It could be normal. But to you, depending on like the person or what happened, it could be the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you. And I think a lot of people are like, well, I've never experienced trauma before and blah, blah, blah. And you could have not have experienced it at all. It might be coming. Or it could have already happened and you haven't been able to get to that core of why you're not addressing it. It could be something behind the scenes that happened when you were a kid that you don't really remember, that you've already experienced, and therapy is helpful. And on
that note, but I will tell you from just like doing a podcast and doing like creative things like collages and finding different ways to channel all of my grief and trauma, I find that you have to have something artistic to process it all.
I find art is art is expressive.
Yeah.
So I find that for me, I've always been an artsy person. Having art as an outlet has been one of the best things about the last 5 years of my life. Yeah. And sometimes it's just taking like a bucket of paint and throwing it. Like, yeah. Sometimes it's splattering paint all over the banner. Sometimes it's, taking my anger out on a paintbrush. Yep. Who knows? But overall, I don't think there would have been a better way for me to express the pain that I was going through other than art. I think any other way, because I did try therapy. It's helpful.
Yeah.
It wasn't my outlet, though. And I tried a bunch of different things, yoga, working out, all of that stuff to get out the frustration that I was feeling. And none of it quite did it the way that art did.
Yeah.
Which is how I got into the banners and stuff like that. And since then, I like to think I'm a pretty sane person.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing such a vulnerable, part of your life. I appreciate that.
Yeah. It took me a while to get here. Otherwise, I probably would be crying still.
Yeah.
But 5 years is not enough time, but enough time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What else do you have? What else do you want us to know?
I feel like we dug into the banners a lot. Like, the banners are pretty much everything I said they were. They're the spotlight of a party when they need to be. They're an additive when they need to be. They can be super simple. They can be really complicated. The most complicated one I think I did was a Gravity Falls one, actually. I painted the whole Gravity Falls house. That took me days. But it was probably the most rewarding thing that I've ever seen, to see that I could paint something in such detail. Yeah. And it actually looked good. Yeah. And I not have to start all over, stuff like that.
Yeah.
My banners are probably my most exciting thing that I do for parties. I also do balloon arches, though, and those are fun. I love doing those. The color, I think it's the colors for me, like being able to put a balloon arch together, and when you put it all together with a banner behind it, sitting back and looking at it, it's like, oh my God, wait, that's like so pretty.
Yeah.
And it's just like the centerpiece of the whole party. And that's so fun to me, to be able to like take all the colors from the party and put them into one balloon arch. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it might seem like a tedious thing, but if you ever see me doing a balloon arch, don't bother me. I'm in my peaceful little world. I'm in like REM state. Like, yeah. I am euphoria right then and there. And my fingers may look like they're peeling apart, but it's okay. I'll fix them later.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I think that's really cool how you're tapping into these different positions in the industry, rather than just like being the planner. I can also do the arches, and I can do the gift baskets. Yes. Yeah. And I can also do the banners. I think that's really cool, because I think it's also a way to learn more about yourself, and challenge yourself, test yourself, see if maybe you potentially want to have one business for something specific. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There are some things that I'm just like, I'm not going to reach that yet, because I do know that in the future, once I do get my degree, once I am more established in this business, I can make a little boutique for that, or make a little second business for that, a little branch, I guess, so to say. But I haven't tapped into weddings, specifically for the fact that I do plan to have a whole separate business for wedding planning. Yeah. But I do love that with event planning and party planning specifically, I can be the planner, the coordinator. I can do the arches. I can do the banners. I can do, day of. I can be there from start to finish. I can get your vendors for you. I can get your food for you. I have a cake girl. I have a sweets girl. So
look at you.
It's fun to be able to do everything, or just do the one thing that they need. Like the banners is just one thing that they need, or a balloon arch might just be one thing that they need. But doing a whole production is probably one of the best feelings in the world, to spend a whole day just planning a party, putting together a party. It's so fun for me.
Oh my gosh. That's so good to hear.
It's probably one of the best things I've ever done with my life, honestly.
Okay, where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
Hopefully this one is skyrocketed, and I can have, an office for it, and have my own office in the office. and have, an established place of business, like an actual physical location, and be able to have hopefully my wedding planning at least starting off. I don't want to rush everything. I want to make sure that this one is solid, has a solid foundation, has everything that it needs, has people running it, have managers, and, me just checking in on them when I can. I still want to be heavily a part of it, but I also want to be able to have it solid and then be able to start something else that's associated with it. So hopefully in 5 years, this one's on solid foundation, having its physical location, and I'm starting the wedding planning one.
Okay, amazing. I see the vision and I already love it for you. That's awesome. And then if you could just think back, so where you are today, just thinking back when you first started, what would you tell yourself?
Not to be so hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when I first started, younger me was very talented at spreading the coin. And I am very proud of her for that, because it taught me more lessons now that I can do parties that have bigger budgets. But I would tell her not to stress so much about the colors and the schemes and everything, making sure everything looks perfect, making sure everything looks spick and clean. Attention to detail is important, but I wish that in the past I would have spent less time on the little things and more time on the bigger things, like on balloon arches. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have spent more time on the fullness of them and stuff like that, rather than paying attention to the tape. If you can see the tape on my tablecloths, I wish that I would tell her to, allocate her time better. Mm-hmm. That's what I would tell her.
Yeah. I freelance for a wedding planner in New Orleans, and I absolutely love it. Mm-hmm. I think in another life, I probably was a wedding planner, honestly, because I love it so much. Yeah. I just don't have my own business because I feel like my talent is here, and everyone's got their own thing and has to, reach their full potential in whatever they're doing. But I've noticed that it doesn't matter if it's a wedding, doesn't matter if it's an event, just in life, things are going to happen, and you always have to figure out a solution. Yeah. So I think planners are really good at doing that.
I've learned to be as prepared as I can be for all the little things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, yesterday was my friend's baby shower. Mm-hmm. And there were plenty of things that, in the middle of the party, everybody was like, where's tape? I need scotch tape. I need scissors. I need this or that. And obviously we're in her house and she probably has it somewhere. But instead of, going around her house trying to figure out where these things are, and, she's pregnant and sitting on the couch and, her feet are swollen, stuff like that, that's all in my bag. I got it. Here's some scotch tape. Here's some scissors. And it was just better for me to be prepared rather than having to go search through the house and find things. And I find that happens at every event. In the middle of the event, you'll just be like, dang, I wish I had some scotch tape. Dang, I wish I had some glue dots. And I'm like, yeah, I got them in my purse. What do we need? I got a whole little Office Depot back there. Yeah. So many things can go wrong in an event throughout the day. That's why I try to be there throughout the event to make sure that I can solve what I can. Mm-hmm. Now, if things fall apart, if things get broken, we just remove them. Yeah. We'll just get rid of them. We got the pictures with them in there, and now we got them without. It's okay. We'll figure it out. AI is a good friend. That's for sure. If I need to edit pictures and put things back into place, at least I have pictures of what was before.
Yeah.
But overall, being prepared is the most that you can do. There's probably something that you're gonna miss that you don't have to fix. But if you can solve most of the problems, that's an A+ in my book. At least we did something. At least we tried our best. Now, if it's something catastrophic, then that's what partial refunds are for.
What is some advice you would like to leave for people who are interested in getting into the event planning business or banner business?
Take your time. Figure out exactly what you want to do, exactly the niche you want to be in. Make sure that you, not that you have a ton of money to start it, but have some money to figure out where you want to go with this and what you want to do. Make sure that you have a solid idea in your brain of what you want this to become before you start, so that you're not sitting there like, oh, well, I could do this. Oh, well, I could do that. And make sure you have your niche, because everybody out there has their niche, and there are businesses that do everything. And there are businesses that do one thing. Figure out what your business is going to be before you actually put it into full swing and like publish a website and start your social media, that kind of stuff.
I agree. Well, it has been such a pleasure catching up and hearing all of your stories about your business and your banners. I really enjoyed it.
I did too. I had fun.